Welcome everyone to the Camper Report, and we've got a great episode for you guys today. The Bears, we're talking Caleb Williams and just how the addition of Ben Johnson as his head coach is going to affect him in so many good ways that will improve Caleb Williams from last year. Let's get right into it. This year is make or break for Caleb Williams. Ben Johnson, the Bears' new head coach, a supposed offensive genius, and the mastermind behind Jared Goff's career comeback on the Lions, is Williams' new head coach. If Ben Johnson really was the reason to the rebirth of the Lions offense, then what will he fix in Chicago? A city who hasn't seen a playoff berth since 2020. A city who hasn't seen their QB throw for 4,000 yards. The closest to that milestone was Bears QB Eric Kramer back in 1995. He threw for about 3,500 yards. I think we can agree that Caleb Williams' first year was a slight disappointment considering what the number 2 overall pick, Jayden Daniels, achieved on the Commanders. But was it really Caleb Williams' fault? After all, Williams did lose his coach in Week 12 following an embarrassing Thanksgiving Day game against the Lions, where the Bears had a chance to win the game, but they elected to not call a timeout and let the clock run out instead of kicking a field goal. Along with the seemingly incompetent head coach in Eberflus, Shane Waldron was also the Bears offensive coordinator in 2024. And just ask Seattle Seahawks fans how they think about that and how smart he is as an offensive coordinator. Despite Shane Waldron and Matt Eberflus's incompetence, Williams was still able to complete 62% of his passes, which is a Bears rookie record. What Ben Johnson will bring, though, is a will to rebuild the atrocious offensive line and bring a new style of play that Caleb Williams will have to adopt. The Bears offensive line in 2024 posted a league-high 68 sacks allowed on Caleb Williams. Some of those sacks were Williams' fault, though. And that is why I mentioned earlier that Ben Johnson will have to develop Williams into a more traditional pocket passer. And here's why I say Williams needs to change his style of play. 4 of the 5 Bears offensive linemen earned a 70 PFF grade or higher. All 5 topped a 65 grade. The unit allowed 180 total pressures on 682 pass plays. Good for 12th worst. But it wasn't the worst. Darnell Wright, the team's right tackle, was ranked the 16th best tackle according to PFF. Now, don't get me wrong, the unit was still the 12th worst group, which is still pretty bad. But if you just look at the sack numbers, you would think they were the worst in the league, which is just not the case. Why did Caleb Williams hold the ball? Was it because he wasn't taking his first reads, or was it because the offense wasn't tailored to what he needed? I think it was a bit of both. If you watch Caleb Williams' style of play in college, it was holding the ball and waiting for the deep route to come open, which works in college, but not in the pros. If you watch the Bears of last year, there wasn't enough schemed pick and pop passes. A lot of teams could just pin their ears back and blitz on defense, knowing that Caleb Williams would try to bail the pocket when pressure got in his face. Eberflus nor Williams didn't know how to adjust to defenses that did this. What Johnson will bring is a heavy run game, screens, short slants, built to give the receiver an opportunity for yards after catch. And why I think this marriage between Williams and Johnson will be elite is teams will have to respect the short passes because Williams has the diversity to go deep. The Bears' offensive line can finally now protect him. With the additions of Drew Dalman, the offensive lineman in free agency last year, first-team All-Pro Kansas City guard Joe Thuney, Rams guard Jonah Jackson, Ben Johnson upgraded his offensive line instantly. Now, all that's left to do is Williams will now have to become a pocket passer that has mobility, not vice versa. With these recent additions, along with the already overflow of skill position weapons, Williams can now be a Patrick Mahomes. Thank you for watching the Camper Report. Tune in for next episode.